Nah, this is so crazy. Look at the animation. Look at the CGI. Ain't gonna lie, this got better animation or the same level as like Demon Slayer. We got top 10 Fate series fights. I watched a fight of this in the top 10 visually stunning anime fights, and it looked interesting. The anime looked interesting. So I'm gonna see more of these fights from this anime and see if it might be on my list to watch.
Whenever you speak about anime fights, there's going to be at least one fight from any Fate series thrown around. And with the recent Blu-ray release of the Spring Song movie, the visual quality of Fate fights got to a whole new level. So, since the main series is now over, it's time to take a look at 10 of the best fights in the Fate series. Okay, from now on, I'll let the noble phantasms do the talking.
So tell me which one I gotta watch in order. Just tell me in the comments.
Who cares about the Battle of Servants when you have two sisters trying to kill each other? Well, Sakura is the only one with the killing intention. But Rin had to be a drama queen and go on with a callous attitude just so she can prove her point. Technically, Heaven's Feel isn't the official route of Rin, but she handled herself well for a side character and even managed to win Shirou's affection.
Oh. Yo. The animation looks so fire, bro.
The battle wasn't something much longer like many other fights in the series, and it might just be Rin showing she's a badass when she has a knife in her hand. But this was a huge bonding moment for the two sisters, and the very final trigger to detach Sakura from the Angra Manu. Yeah, so technically Rin did most of the job.
Alright, I'll watch it.
Who is the most cheerful and sexiest overpowered goddess of all time? That's Quetzalcoatl. We've got a lot of gods running around in Babylonia, but the one to triumph them all is the one and only Quetzalcoatl. She doesn't challenge only one, but challenges all of them to a one versus all fight that ends up with a lot of broken bones and ribs.
Yeah, the commentator kind of horny for her.
To appreciate the choreography of the fight, it's got aero acrobatics, ground combat, fast-moving cameras, all amalgamating into 2 minutes of jam-packed action that ends with placing Quetzalcoatl on the best girl list. If you are playing the mobile game, now you know which servant to choose for your next battle.
How's the game? The game lit? Yo, CGI crazy.
Normally, in anime chases, you get these blurry movements with character monologues, but in Fate, you get to witness a chase that goes through the road, above the buildings, and into the lake in all its glory.
This is crazy. Nah, this is so crazy. Look at the animation. Look at the CGI. No, I definitely need to check this out.
Known for its brilliant camera animation because of the unique way they combine traditional 2D animation with CGI, and the result looks absolutely amazing. We have seen Lancer in action a lot, so the main focus of this fight is Assassin, and he managed to shine the spotlight all on himself when he literally ripped the heart out of our favorite servant and fed him to the Holy Grail. What can I say? Lancer died, and you aren't human.
Yo! Like, was I sleeping on this anime or it's just underrated? Yo, I think it's both. I think it's both for me. Saber versus Lancer.
Number 8. Saber versus Lancer. Unlike many other fights in this list, this may not be a visual spectacle, but what matters is the strategy. Without even knowing the story, you can tell this is a fight between two legendary heroes. There's the concept of chivalry going around too often. Both opponents are intelligent enough to predict each other's moves. And there's the subtle tension going around urging you to know what's going on next.
Saber.
In terms of tension, there are clearly many fights that can triumph this one, but this deserves a spot in my list purely due to the way it steps away from a traditional fight scene and implements more strategy to it. And don't forget, this is just Ufotable flexing their muscles. We always know what we get when they unleash their full power.
Ooh. Ooh. Golly.
Let's move away from the fight to the main series and take a look at Fate Apocrypha. In here, you've got servants divided as red and black, all fighting one battle royale to win.
Yo, when did this anime come out, bruh?
The Holy Grail. And like all Fate storylines, in the end, the ones still standing strong in the game are the ones who are powerful. This means that you get the best of the fights later in the series, and I'm happy to say they didn't disappoint us with the Sieg versus Karna fight. This wasn't something done by Ufotable, but you can tell it matches the animation style of it all. The animators also made sure to combine their own unique style to the fight to make it more interesting. Even though Sieg was destined to triumph in this one, I still had my hopes up for Karna because he was my favorite. But he didn't have the power of being—
Tell me, is the plot really good? Like, if you got rated from 1 to 10, how good is the plot?
Main character, so his powers had to take a back seat.
Oh my god. The fights are already 10 out of 10. Not gonna lie, I didn't even know they got guns here, bro. Like, if you see all those abilities I just saw, I would not think they got guns here, bro. I don't think guns are so useless.
Servants, we have a fight between humans. In a story about holy grails and magic, we have a lesson on human nature. Gen Urobuchi weaved an epic moral drama by combining ancient heroes with modern humans. And the climax of the story was between the two main agents of the war. One is an assassin blinded by a false ideal. The other is a crazy priest who finds great satisfaction in the most bizarre things. This fight resembles the Kakashi versus Obito fight, but with guns. There are no conversations, no subtle wordplay, no backstories of any sort. It's just two guys punching the hell out of each other via a complex magic system.
This is so
From the
fine,
start
bro.
of the fight to Kiritsugu's ending bullet. Everything was perfectly choreographed, and to this day, this is still one of the greatest fight scenes in the Fate series.
Jesus. Versus Berserker.
Berserker is one hulking giant who is good at screaming and smashing things. And how can one human handle against the man who completed the 9 tasks of Hercules? With the 9 lives blade works, of course, the Heavens Feel route was what gave Shirou the most amount of character development. And with character development also came some overpowered abilities to take down giants single-handedly.
They really did good on the CGI, bro. It's so hard for animes to like make a good CGI. It's so hard. So hard.
Since Ufotable got tons of movie budget, they weren't picky in spending the cash. So in return, we got this one gorgeous fight scene where Shirou takes down one of the strongest Greek heroes with his own weapon. Berserker got defeated for a second time in the Heavens Feel franchise. So sorry, Mr. Hercules. Seems like you didn't land on the healthiest route.
Archer versus Lancer. Okay.
the two servants with the most rotten mouths go into a fight, and in return, you get a visual spectacle. Even though people are speaking a lot about other fights, I feel like this one isn't discussed very much.
Man, who's really like the main character? I'm trying to find out who's the main character of the show.
Much in the community. If you judge by the name and think this is a fight between a guy with a bow and a guy with a lance, well, you're sorely mistaken. Think again.
Yo.
So what's the secret of this fight? Magic, animation, noble phantasms. Boy, there's a whole lot going on here. Both the servants unleashed their best attacks, and Ufotable didn't forget to complement all of that with their superb animation. Archer and Lancer gave us one hell of a showdown, and their fight was one of the best anime fights I've ever seen.
Holy. Berserker again?
Saber was a badass back when she was a normal servant, but her alter form takes things a step further and doesn't forget to land nukes with each of her attacks. That was only one major fight scene in the second Heaven's Feel movie, so Ufotable made sure to land more than half of the budget into this one fight scene, and needless to say, the output was epic, cinematic, and mind-blowing.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Normally the servant...
Yo, this guy, ain't gonna lie, this got better animation or the same level as like Demon Slayer.
Intimidate the audience in a fight like this would be Berserker, but Saber Alter had this aurora around her that foreshadowed her victory at the end of the fight. Her power levels had also grown in a drastic amount, as I mentioned. Instead of the Excalibur, she has the Excalibur Morgan. Or should I say the full chant? Hammer of the Vile King. Overturn the Aurora. Swallow the Light. Excalibur Morgan.
Nah, not gonna lie, it probably got better animation than Demon Slayer. I think it does. Number 1, Saber Alter vs. Rider. Woo!
Fate fights can go back up to 15 years, but never in those 15 years have we witnessed something like this. Like most anime fight scenes, the stakes and visuals are what keeps the audience gripped. But this time, the stakes are amplified and the visuals have reached a whole new level. Yes, seriously, you can build an entire country from the budget allocated for these visuals alone.
No.
Damn.
Ufotable gave their absolute best for their final Fate project, and this fight is the best example of it. There are multiple noble phantasms flying here and there, and each character got a moment to shine during the fight.
Holy.
It's rather tragic to see Saber being one of the final villains in this specific Fate route. But on the other hand, we got to see Ryder and Shirou trusting each other and using powers to their highest potential. I don't know about you, but this is the most visually stunning fight I've ever seen.
Yo, ain't gonna lie. Hold on.
Powers to their highest potential. I don't know about you.
A lot of characters look like her in animes. A lot of characters look like her.
But this is the most visually stunning fight I've ever seen in any anime so far, and I challenge you to prove me wrong.
Okay, it might be Shirou. He got that main character look.
So there goes the best Fate fight scenes of all time. The Heaven's Feel trilogy brought tears to our eyes with its animation and visuals, and I'm here lamenting about how the original
this
Fate
anime
series
crazy.
has ended now, forever. But I'm gonna keep my hopes up, and so should you. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, this is definitely on my list to watch. This is definitely on my list. Hey man, if you like the video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, show love to the YG gang, and I'm out.